meatball's really good, man.
We're driving towards my house and I see Chester get out the car, about to close the door. I'm just like, babe, the car is running with the keys still in them. I'm just like, what happened here? Did you forget the keys? He forgot to turn it off and he left the keys inside. Luckily I was still sitting there. Hey, Chrissy!
Now you have a new bracelet.
Say hello.
Hello. You have a new bracelet.
This was at church, and it was a few years ago, and I always seen him. I was always distant from him somehow. I always felt something. But that one time that I went, I did go to say hello. A video right now about having discernment, and sometimes when you embrace someone, you just feel like, okay, this person is not right, and share with you an experience that I had. So after that incident, I continued to say hello to him, but I was just feeling like, okay, this is weird. Why do I feel this way towards this man? And right away, I just felt, the one word that could come to mind was disgusted. That's how I felt, like I was just violated. And I know that's strong, but that's how I felt. So after praying, I got a feeling of who this man really was. And that's when I was just like, no, you're not even touching me anymore. Else feeling the same way I am. And I'm just like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pray about this and ask God to allow me to see what I feel. I wanted him to know that you cannot mock God. You cannot come to his church and think you can sit there and have these secrets. I wanted him to know that I knew. So now God wasn't giving me permission to this person with what I feel about him. When he came my way and he'll try to embrace me, I'll just stick my hand out like this. God bless you. That's it. I already had spoken to my husband about this. So he went to my husband and said, listen, what's wrong with your wife? She doesn't say hello to me anymore like she used to. And my husband, being the man he is, and knowing who I am, every time he'll come around me, that's how I used to say hello. And he noticed. And guess what he did? He went to my husband. Instead, he used to run the other way when he saw me coming. It's like, okay, God, but I'm just going to continue to intercede until you do something more, because this person cannot stay here. Why don't you go ask her? I think that she will tell you. It's like, my husband is the best. But this man never came my way to ask. Never. I always felt uncomfortable with him when he was around little girls. I always hated the way he looked at little girls or even young ladies. Listen, when you have that feeling, please start I always kept my eye on him. My husband would keep his eye on him. He ended up leaving the church, and years later we find out that he had a record for molesting little girls. This wasn't just a one-time thing. I always have feelings like this about certain individuals, and I always pray to God and say, Lord, handle this. Don't allow anything bad to happen. And God never did anything in our church, thank God. Probably some would say you should have said something to someone. Listen, God knew it, and he allowed me to see it, and I did my job, and he ended up leaving the church. Sin becomes just vicious at church. It just takes over with fornication, adultery, gossiping, stealing. I mean, you know what you do in secret that you know is not right. That spirit of discernment, because there's a lot of things sneaking in church, and because we're not in the word and because we're not in prayer, these things sit right next to us and start mocking us. You can't mock God. You cannot mock God. He will always, whatever's in secret, come to light. Always. Then you go, get your act together, stand on the altar, and you think